So this is just a basic video on getting the app running and creating files and knowing where the files are and that sort of thing. This isn't going to get into how to create diagrams so much as it is just the basics of where files are. So I'm going to start up the app. It should be in the applications folder. So I'm going to scroll down here and find it. Here it's in applications and then file diagram or family diagram. Double click and open. And when you open it up, you're going to get this empty window, and the files will normally be listed here, but I don't have any yet. So if I just pull down on this empty spot here, then I get this bar that appears, and there's a button here to add a new diagram, or I can do file new. They do the same thing. And what this will do is it'll open up a new diagram, and so I can add my people here in the middle. And you can see up here that the file name is listed at the top. It says new case, and it's given today and then the time. And then it also tells you the date that it's currently showing. And that doesn't really mean much to us now because there's no people in here. There's no family in here, and the timeline is empty. But that's just to know what's going on here in the top bar. Now, there's a standard Mac shortcut. If you hold down the command key or the command key, and you click here at this icon on the title bar, then it shows you where that file is. So here's the file name. Here's the folder it's in, and then this is where you can find it in the computer. So this is in my documents folder under my home folder. Then if I click this, it opens up, well, it opened up on another screen for me, but you'll see in the Finder window here, it opens up this documents folder, and then it has that diagram highlighted. So that's just how you find out where your files are. Another way to do this is to go up here to File and then do Open Documents Folder. And that opens up a Finder window that goes right to the folder that has all your documents, all your diagrams that will be listed in the file browser. So let's get back to the file browser and see what's in there. So you do that by clicking the Home button. What that does is it closes out the diagram file. It's like in Microsoft Word when you just close the window. But in Family Diagram, if you hit this, it closes the file and it goes back to this file view. And you can see here's that file, here's that diagram that I just created. And it corresponds with this file here in my Documents folder. And Family Diagram, the app only lists diagram files. So it doesn't list all these other files. I have this say card game rules. I've got for a card game, I've got a video here. I've got all kinds of stuff in here. And it's ignoring everything that isn't a .fd file, which is a family diagram file. See, it says .fd. So that's synonymous with, or not synonymous, but equivalent to like a .doc for a Word file. This is family diagram file. So it's only showing the FD files here in the list. So if I want to open this up, I just click that again, and I'm back into my empty diagram. So I'm just going to add a few people. I'm not going to show how to do this right now, but just there's going to be another video for that. So I've added some people, and then you can see that there's some changes that haven't been saved because there's a star up here. And I'm going to go up to File and Save, and it writes it to disk, and you can ignore that. That's a special setting on my computer. And you can see the asterisk is gone, which means that this is saved to disk. And then I can close it and reopen it, and you still see the people there. So I'm going to go back to the file browser here. I'm going to create another file, a new file, and add in some more people like this, 4 males in that configuration, so it's obvious. I'm going to go back, and if I click that original file, or that second file that I made, you can see the 4 males, and then if you click the file that I made just before that at 1022, then you can see it's got the 3. So that's how, so I've got 2 different case files there. That's how that works. Now, to edit and delete the files, so to edit the file name and delete the files completely, you have to click this edit button. It's like a safety on a gun. It's to keep files from being renamed or from being deleted accidentally. It's also to make it more usable for the iPad in the future. So now that I've clicked that, you can see this delete button appears, which means I can now delete this if I want to. And it's going to ask me if I want to make sure, because there's no way to undo it. And I'll just say yes. Or rather, am I sure I want to delete this case? I'm going to say yes, and there it goes away. So if I want to rename this case, I can. I just go over here and click it, maybe select all of it, and just say my first diagram. Then I go click done, and it renames it. And then if I go back to my documents folder here, then you can see that it also renamed the file on the hard drive. So that's how that works. And if you want to go and email this diagram to someone, say you're a coach and you want to email it to a client, then you need to go to this folder here, find that file in Finder. So you know how Finder is selected, and you actually need to find the file on the hard drive and then email this. And but before you can email this, you actually have to compress it. So I do a control click or right click, depending. And then you do compress, and it just makes a zip file of that. And then you have to mail the zip file, because this is a special package type. It's like the iWork files, like Pages and Numbers and Keynote, those have to be zipped to be emailed in a lot of email clients. Then when the other person gets it, they just have to double click this and uncompress it. So I'm going to delete that. Now you'll notice, so if I go here and rename this to say 222, then it updates here. So these are kept in sync. And then if you have the option here to sort by date or by name, once you have a whole bunch more files. So that's how you manage files in the family diagram. Just a brief review. So this view here, this home view, is a list of all of your diagrams. And as I add them, I'll just add a few more. Close out here. You can see it adds them in here and it increments the names so that they all have a unique name. And then when I go back over here, you can see that it also created these files here. So this is the same view. And when you click on one of these files, it opens it up and you can edit the file. So that's how that works, and I'll create other videos that show how to create your first diagram and then how to do more complicated things with the diagrams. Good luck!